Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new school year. We're offering this quick virtual orientation to help you get ready for the get back to school. We like to talk about this as the just-in-time information. And hopefully we're able to answer those questions, and we have ways to reach out to you if we're not able to. So I'm going to move to our little slideshow here. And we'll get started. Okie dokie. So I'd like to just start with some of the communication tools that we're using. Some of them we've used in the past and some of them are new, and I'd just like to highlight those. We'll continue to use my Emma for the Logan link and for weekly newsletters, and sometimes when we need to send those all community blast emails out. And we'll continue to use Remind, which is the app that allows us to text you with information, whether that's for school closure or school emergencies. And we'll also continue to use the Google Suite with Google Calendar to put information about holidays and events and any school breaks. So what's new is School Pass, and that's an app. You can access it either on a desktop or your phone, and that's where you'll do your wellness screenings in the morning. We're going to be using it for attendance, but also for pickup and dismissal. We have our new website, hopefully you've gotten a chance to look at, and on there we continue, of course, to have our parent portal, and that's where we'll keep and archive information that you'll want to reference later. And finally, because we will not be having families in the building, we won't be using those family mailboxes that we typically have in the lobby, and so everything that we'll be sending this year will likely be just electronic. So I mentioned the parent portal on our website. All of these things here would be clickable items, whether it's the staff directory or an archive of the Logan link. And then in that upper right, you see some other news and events announcements, and those would also be clickable that would take you to the content itself. And so please let us know if there's something you can't locate. You'll see the parent portal password down there at Logan, capital L, 2020 will let you get into the parent portal. So that's there as a resource for you. So health and safety, the theme of the year. So staff and students, of course, will stay at home if they're sick. And this is really our multi-layer approach. We're going to keep our students in these cohorts, in their classroom cohorts, to limit the exposure from student to student. We'll be asking students, as outlined in our guidance, the guidebook that you already got about mask wearing. We ask that they bring an extra mask as well. And there will be mask breaks when social distancing can be maintained. And hand washing, and that will be throughout transitions in the day to make sure that kids are keeping their hands clean. The school has been and will continue to be in contact with public health related to illness and reporting cases, tracing, testing, and the like. And so we'll continue to use our resources to inform our decisions throughout the year. The new School Pass. Before you leave home, there's a module in there that will allow you to record that you've checked your student's temperature and a couple other questions. We ask you to contact the front desk with absences and to let us know the nature of those absences. We're being asked by public health to share periodically student health and adult health so that they can monitor and help keep our community safe. So let's talk a little bit about how the day will go, and starting with drop-off. IS and AS drop-off at the Loop will look fairly similar. Between 8 and 8:30, again, we don't have morning EC, so those students, when dropped off, will go directly to their outdoor classrooms. If this is a IS or AS student who has a primary sibling, they may then walk that sibling to their classroom, again, via the campus outside. If you're a family that only has a primary student, we ask that you drop off between 8:30 and 8:45 at the back gate. I have a slide coming up that will walk us through that. Until August 28th, we are allowing primary parents to park in the parking lot behind the gym and walk their students to their outdoor classroom. But after August 28th, we're going to ask that all students be dropped off via their vehicle. And this will just help us with traffic flow and as we're checking temperatures in the morning and the like. So primary drop-off, again, you've probably in the past come through our main gate. You see the little blue car there going down the road. In the back, we'll have a way for you to loop through to drop your student off. And there'll be people there to receive them to make sure they get to their classroom. And again, you see the gym there. If you decide that for your primary student, you're going to park and walk them to their classroom, you'll do it there, and there'll be a station right by Patty's Garden to take your temperature. And then you may walk your student to the classroom. For IS and AS drop-off, we'll continue to use the loop as we've done in the past. You'll come in, we'll have 2 lanes. Actually, we'll take the temperature of the student there. And then if they don't have a temperature, they'll come out of their car and start the school day, and then you can start your school day or work day. Again, temps will be done for staff members by staff members before the students get out of their vehicle. Once cleared, the students will go to the outdoor classroom. Again, in inclement weather, they'll come to the indoor classrooms as directed. Primary has outdoor individual entrances to their classroom. IS students will enter through the main doors in the lobby and go up the main stairs and take a left to get to their classrooms. And AS is going to enter through the exit that's closest to Patty's Garden there, and we'll go up the stairwell right across from the conference room. Again, if your child has a temperature of 100.4 or above, they will not be permitted to exit their vehicle. We'd have you return them home and consult your healthcare provider for what to do. And we recognize that every illness will not be COVID related, but we do ask you to partner with your healthcare providers. Daily supplies, so what will the students need? So the backpack will be the primary tool for bringing materials to and from school. We know that some students like to have extra things, but we ask that they be thoughtful about being economical with what's in their backpack, because we don't want them overburdened with the weight of it. We ask that they have their main mask and a backup mask should they need it during the day. We ask that students have a morning snack and an afternoon snack, right? We are providing lunch, but they may need a snack throughout the day. And that they arrive with a water bottle that's full. They will be able to use the touchless filling stations when needed. And because we're going to try to maximize our campus and outdoor space, that they're ready for the outdoors, whether that means they need a hat or sunscreen or a long sleeve shirt. So dress appropriately. If it's a cool day, wear layers. We just want the students to be prepared for each day. Bathrooms. So we are lucky enough to have enough bathrooms that each classroom has been assigned their own bathroom. And even if it's a multi-use, it'll still be used only singly. Teachers will release those students one at a time to go to their designated classrooms. And again, hand washing will be done throughout the day at transitions. All of our indoor classrooms have sinks, but we also have some outdoor washing stations, as well as hand sanitizing stations throughout the campus. That's bathroom. And lunch, yay. So Flick, our new lunch program, has finally arrived. Coach Aaron is our chef, Chef Aaron is our chef. We've already sent out the food preference and allergy form, so please do fill that out to help the chef with the meals. You'll be receiving an order form weekly for lunches, and those lunches will be individually packaged and then brought to the cohorts, to the classrooms, whether they're outside or inside. And just know that Denver County is running behind, and so we haven't yet gotten inspected for our cooking, for our oven, and for our stovetop. So our first lunches from the chef will be things that you can make without that: sandwiches, salads, etc. So I'm very excited to be able to have this new lunch program. Recess is an important part of our day. The students will remain in their classroom cohorts during recess. They'll wear their masks outside during play, unless there's a designated mask break with distance. There will be a rotation. The teachers with Shay have found different places on the campus for play, so they're not discriminating, for example, disturbing a classroom if they're taking an off recess. And they'll rotate so that they can get full use of the campus and have different experiences during play. And group play is fine, but we're going to limit contact, right? So the wrestling kind of games will not be a part of recess at this time. So students showing symptoms of illness will be sent home, of course, and we ask that you come pick them up immediately. Please, if you need to, again, add more backup people to your school pass that can pick up your child, please do. And if you need extra placards, ask Roxy for those. If we can't reach you within 10 minutes, we will be going to that emergency contact so we can get your student home as quickly as possible. and because obviously we want your children to be safe. And so again, please use that school pass to add people to your list as needed throughout the year. We have a couple documents that we'll be sending to you soon, so we don't have an interactive screen here to break out to these, but they're great flow charts that were just released on August 12th from CDPHE and the CDE for handling sickness and positive cases and outbreaks. One's for home screening for families and for staff, and the other's a flow chart if one's not feeling well. And then finally, the contact one and whether one would need to stay at home. So please look at those. They're very easy to read and very informative. They may be updated, and of course we'll change and update those. But this is what we're following right now as of August 12th. Pickup and dismissal. So we've had our full day, we've had our fun. Students will be dismissed from their classroom, whether that's a tent or inside, via the School Pass app. So there's a little map for this coming up, but students, instead of coming straight into the loop, cars will go through the parking lot. That way we can keep cars off of Yosemite and care for our community and public. Please plan to have your child picked up by 3:30. Loop will open at 3:10, but please plan to have them be here by 3:30 to get them safely home. Students may stay in the classroom until 4 if you're running late, but again, please do try to get here on time. Have that placard in the front window. We use that code to enter into the School Pass system, which then the teacher can see, and that's when they know to send that student out. And again, if you need extra placards, we ask that you reach out to Roxy. At pickup, we will also ask you to stay in your car. So you'll come in, your student will be dismissed to your car, and then go happily home for their afternoon. So here's the map I was referring to, coming into the main gate and going past the loop, not turning that left into it, going through the parking lot, turning a right into loop there, and pulling up and just following directions, right? We may have to pause you for a second before pulling you forward, but we're hoping that by having an extended loop line, it would allow us to be more respectful of our community on Yosemite Street and 11th, quite frankly. So that's our map there. And there'll be people there directing you, so please do not feel like you need to memorize this. And here, finally, just some quick contacts. Obviously, if you have general questions, we're still using, at the bottom here, feedback@theloganschool.org. However, if you have specific questions for me, everything is first name dot last name @theloganschool.org. So if you have sort of big philosophical questions, certainly reach out to me, or things about health and safety, perhaps. Dean is the Dean Shay is great if you're maybe you're reaching out to your classroom teacher, but you still have some more questions. Please reach out to Shay. Roxy at the front desk is in some ways our catch-all, reporting illnesses, forms that you might need to turn in. If you need to update your contact information, whether that's your home address or email address, or if you have questions about using School Pass, the new School Pass app, please reach out to Roxy. Finance and operations questions continue to go to Karen, and financial aid and admissions questions continue to go to Becky. And we certainly have our phone number there that you can call if you need to, and then again with the email. So thank you so much for joining us for this virtual tour. Hopefully this is the just-in-time information that you needed to start your year. And so we hope this was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day. Thanks.